Despite being denied leave to appeal her conviction relating to 14 million rand accidentally credited to her in 2017, the East London Magistrate's Court has granted Sibongile Mani leave to appeal her 5-year sentence. If you recall, 14 million rand was deposited in Mani's account instead of her NSFAS fund allowance of only 1,400 rand. Instead of reporting the matter, she went on a spending spree, blowing over 800,000 rand. Her spokesperson for the Sibongile Mani support group, Zandisiwe Nopa Nyimbana, joins me now to discuss this, along with the battle that now lies ahead for her support group. Thank you very much for your time this evening. So firstly, she was found guilty. The court has denied her leave to appeal. You're advocating for her to spend absolutely no time behind bars whatsoever, despite having committed what's considered a serious crime. Why is that?
Thank you for having me. We still maintain that Sibongile Mani is not guilty of any crime. We maintain this because even the people who were in the process of finding her guilty, eNCA, Mani, WSU and NSFAS, haven't filed the case. But however, we welcome the decision to appeal the sentencing, and we are still against the conviction itself.
So
but
just to get a little bit more clarity on that point, you're against the conviction. You're saying she's not guilty, but did she spend the money or not?
She did spend the money as any naive first-year student would have.
I doubt that you can make that assumption that anyone would have spent the money. So while leaving assumptions about other people out of the debate, let's talk about what this speaks to in terms of broader criminality, because we have to consider that, yes, while she's young and naive, and that while many people have sympathy for dire consequences resulting from a mistake, this is a serious crime that she's committed.
It is indeed a serious misconduct of how she spent the money, but however, she should not be the only one who's being persecuted. It cannot be till date that eNCA Mali, the service provider, still doesn't know how that mistake happened. Hence, we maintain her innocence.
So they've said that it was a technical glitch, which is entirely possible. I mean, in banking systems that have gone digital, it wouldn't be the first instance where money has been transferred erroneously. So you think that because of a technical glitch, they should be prosecuted, but that she should not be prosecuted for spending the money?
They should be prosecuted. The person who made that glitch, as they put it, should be brought to book.
But if there's not a person behind the glitch?
We believe that it should be a person behind the glitch. The reason why we're still maintaining this is because at the time, the food allowance was 1,400. It cannot be that 14.1 million in this instance can just miraculously disappear. And the person behind that is unknown. The person behind the server is still unknown. However, we welcome the decision of the court to appeal the sentencing, but however, we still maintain that Sibongile Mani is innocent and it is not a criminal case.
What do you think that says to millions of South Africans who also live in circumstances of poverty? And what message do you think that sends to them about whether or not it's okay to commit a crime?
They might think it's okay to commit a crime, but however, even looking at the case laws that were referred arriving to the judgment and the conviction, they compare her to business people, to employees of some sort in terms of case laws, of which Sibongile Mani was a 25-year-old at the time, a first-year student, and which was in loan agreement with NSFAS and eNCA Mani. So The sentencing on its own is harsh, and the conviction. We welcome the decision of the court, and then it would be a different case whereby we can say that the court decided and ruled to say she must pay back the money. And that's not the case. It's direct imprisonment, and it's a harsh sentence given the state's case laws that they've referred to. NSFAS has declared that they have not lost any money. They've recovered it. There are no students who lost their funding due to the error or the technical glitch that has been portrayed. Sibongile Mani is not guilty, and we still maintain that, and we are going to fight tooth and nail to ensure justice for her.
What about Mali, who did in fact have to pay that 818,000 rand back to NSFAS to ensure that they did not lose out on that money to give to students, along with the R500,000 rand they had to pay to have this situation investigated? They indeed have lost money directly as a consequence of Mani's actions. What about them?
It was not the actions of Mani. Still, we maintain that it was not the actions of Mani. There's no criminality. They must check their servers again to be able to retrack how did that mistake happen. You cannot mistake 2 zeros with 6 zeros from 1,400 rands to 14 million.
But that doesn't take away from the fact that she spent the money that landed in her account.
She spent the money that landed in her account with the contractual agreement with NSFAS, and it was a loan agreement. We would be able to argue a different case whereby she's been told that she should pay back the money within a specific time period or time frame that they'll grant her. However, they have not proven any criminal actions that prove to say that Sibongile Mani had intention to steal the money. The money was not stolen. They still maintain that it was a technical glitch. But who is behind that technical glitch? It cannot be that 5 years later, still the person who made that mistake, as they put it, or that glitch is still unknown.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. We're going to have to leave it there. That was Zandisiwe Nopa Nyimbana, spokesperson for the Sibongile Mani support group.